So if we can today just put these boards together, and put the extra piece on, so at least we can get that done, and then we'll sort of look at moving stuff. I'll move stuff around.
I want to do the fascia boards.
That's what I'm saying.
Fill the holes in and start again. All the holes that's on the front, it's like fucking woodworms having at it.
What? Yeah, but you ain't got any front on this one. You ain't got any front on this one.
Spray and pray with an M60.
Yeah, put it on there. Yeah, but we ain't got that out, Dave. That's all slow. That's what I'm saying. We've got to work on that. That's exactly what I was just saying. Let's put this one together, get the front on, your extension, and get the bits and pieces, and then we can take it down and we can put the Cathedral one back up. Then you can do it.
I brought all my stuff. I didn't know what I was going to be doing today apart from that. So.
No, as I say, it's like...
Well, I've been and got some more paint. Fucking hell, it's like fucking gold now. You got a tin of paint. You know how much for a fucking little tin of paint? 31 fucking quid.
It's crazy, so that's that? 2.5 litre?
No, 750 mil.
Yeah.
You want a 5 litre can of paint now, 100 odd quid. Fucking hell, it's frightening. Well, at first place. I went in and I said, I want the mixers this again. He's giving the, on the code on the bottom. He said, I said, how much are they before you start? He said, 31 quid. I said, you're fucking joking. I said, I got it just before Christmas last year. I said, it was 24 quid. He said, well, it's gone up. I said, not 25 fucking percent, surely. Anyway, so I fucking walked out. So I thought, alright, I'll beat you, bastard. I'll go to one in Trafford Park. Went to fucking one in Trafford Park. So 31 quid. Fucking hell.
Dave, what I can't understand is people are just, but everything's like that. Everybody's just putting 20% on everything. Yeah, I don't know where this 20%'s coming from. They just put a toll up here, 20%.
Well, that one, the one at Walden Bridge.
Because they can.
It's going up from 12p a day to a pound.
I just don't get it. How come nobody can say, where all this is coming from?
Where's all money coming from?
Well, I don't get it.
Have you and Chris agreed the interconnects, whether they're going on the front or not?
Come up with a way of doing it.
Build all the back scenes out of it. And so the clips will be on the back
back up again, that's the problem.
But
an engine hoist.
Well, I could put a block underneath and have the case clips and just get rid of all the bolts.
Look at the connectors and then you can see it and you can think about it.
Well, Dave, the thing is, I think if this is a problem and we all agree, then we have to go to that extra cost of finding these to alleviate the bolts and the wasn't it?
Yeah.
The only problem you've got again is once you start a new line-up, you've got to reline all your track again.
No, we don't reline them. The line's all right. It's just a different way of fastening them together. So they don't, a quicker way.
Yeah.
So I mean, a 20-foot layout's fuck all. But when you're getting 200 odd feet, it takes a long time to bolt 200 odd feet up. You're talking,
well, you've got to level all the bloody four-wheel lasers.
Well, what was you looking at?
You've got about 50, 60 bolts on the 200-foot layout.
Yeah.
And you've got to take them all off the end board to start with.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. You're still going to take them off the end board.
You said a minute a bolt. You're talking an hour.
Yeah. You're still going to have to take the bolts off the end boards anyway.
Yeah. Well, we could change all them so that they're all in sockets instead of a
bolt
like we've got the legs.
Yeah.
What you need is, so as everything's stacked, we need time to do it, and we ain't got time between.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a lot of work to do on a Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. But when we talk, as I say, Chris, we had a conversation with Chris. But if we make that decision about MT5, it gives us the time.
Yeah.
It buys us time. That does.
Well, let's get MT5 right, and then it's a quick layout to put up. Let's see. Let's use it as an experiment.
Yeah.
So, if we don't take MT5 to Chester, will it be ever going out?
Yeah, of course it will.
No.
That's the point.
This is the last Chester.
This is the last Chester, but it still completes the trilogy of what we want to do. So we can go rugby to Wembley. So even though we can't go this year,
have you seen how much they are?
And we won't go next year.
I'm looking at them.
We might not ever go again.
There's a layout that
this is a standalone layout that we can use at the gets.
York had them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because you can tie them up all the time. You know the traditional clasp
So
Yeah.
these
coming out now that are adjustable,
These are adjustable, these.
so you can tighten them up
I
all the
looked,
time.
I looked at them the other day.
So they're very quick, and you lock them on.
And you've got dowels in it, you push
Have
it.
you got
No,
dowels
those
out
are
doing the
already there.
locating?
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
on the side.
This is just to
But
fasten it
instead
together.
of getting underneath and having to bolt it with the spanners, it's just it's done. It's like fastening your case.
Well, let's do it.
But it's about the width, the front, the drapes and things like that, because you
No.
want them on both
Oh,
sides.
see,
You got the drapes to go on, you see.
yeah, but we could, but again, you could just put something over the top of them to
What about,
cover it.
depending how deep it is, what about a bead across the top of the fascia? And they can sit underneath and the drapes can be pinned over the top of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can, except when you've got that bit he's got nowhere, it's only an inch deep.
Right,
Yeah, there's your problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you don't have to do it on all of them.
Oh,
You can
is
still-
that changing?
still-
Well,
Something else.
how about just, you see, you don't want to really start fastening to the legs.
No,
Because
no.
that's no good, because the centre's changing.
Well, even if you speed it up, you just
How
need the
deep are
bolts
they?
on the
Hang on a
on the
sec.
these.
How deep are they?
The ones I saw at York, they were about that deep. They're looking at
Well, they
25,
can go
30
on.
mil.
Let's get
Let's get a set.
Let's get a set.
Do you want me to order set?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and
let's
then play
try it.
around with
Is that off Amazon?
It's Amazon, so I can have them.
That's right. Well,
Set.
I'm away from tomorrow morning.
In fact, oh, you're away, aren't you?
I'm
So
away. You're
it's
away.
getting them back up here, that's my problem.
It's alright. Well, I can order them off
Get
Amazon.
Chris to order them and they'll come in.
Yeah.
You send me the link and I'll order them. They'll come to our house.
But how long are you away?
Well, in fact, I'm back on Friday.
Your problem's got.
Is this Austria?
No, we're going to Durham. Got a B mission
The
there.
problem you've got is constantly, if you're putting the pressure on and the floors, that's what we need to experiment with.
What's that?
Because sometimes the floor's not quite right.
Yes.
Yes.
You might pull these slightly
They're
out.
adjustable then.
So you
Are
can back them off or
You can
tighten
back them off or
You can do it as
Oh,
required.
okay.
That's the whole point of them.
So, wouldn't you?
The dowels will hold it, yeah.
Yeah.
The dowels will hold it from that point of view. It's just that.
Them biscuits.
There you go, Dave. 2.6 centimetres the loop, it's an inch. The locking loop.
That's fine.
So I think that's the widest point, or it's at least matches the width of the actual handle.
Well, let's give it a go.
Yeah, give it a
We've got
go.
no to lose, have we?
Have a look,
Yeah.
Aron. Okay, yeah.
The problem comes on where you got the back seams on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, it's no problem, even if you just did the fiddle yard, that halves your time, doesn't it?
That's a good point, actually.
The fiddle
Even
yard
if it's
is
just a
piece of
fiddle
piss.
yard.
Be a dollar on fiddle yard. Right.
He's got a point, actually.
Just
You know,
speed it
if you
up.
did half the layout.
Yeah, but the fiddle yard's never a problem. It's the front.
Still got to be bolted
Still
up.
got to be
Pete.
bolted
And it's-
up.
No, whoa, let me finish. I quite agree, but the problem that I'm trying to overcome is the rail joining up, the aligning. If we've got a system that we know the track lines up every time, we can do a big, swoop on and make sure that all the rails join, and then never have to. Well, every show we don't have to get the soldering out and fractionally
You're
move.
going to do that because you keep swapping and changing which boards go at your fiddle yard.
You've still got
It's like now.
there.
It's like now you've got another 2 boards to do.
Yeah, but Dave, we've never had a problem in the fiddle yard. The problem you have is on your main layout.
But because
It's when it's constantly, they never quite line up.
Don't know why.
As well, if you have to.
It's impossible. Them doors don't move. I don't know why. they don't
No,
fucking like
because
Usually.
originally I used to use the Dremel to do the cut, and the cut's too big.
Yeah.
So now I've got that American saw. It's perfect, but it would mean going back over all the layout and taking out all the joints
it's-
and remaking them again. So that's what I'm saying. I can do that if I know the board's never going to move. You go, when you go to a show like, say for instance, Cathedral,
got my new
I've got a day when they fix it. We don't have them until the Wednesday or the Thursday. I've got 2 days to go there and do all the joints properly.
The only way you've got now adjusting anything underneath on the front is to drill them holes where you not that dowel in, that steel dowel.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the only way you can do it now. I can't take them other dowels out and you can't move it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Pan snapped in.
But once we've got a system and you're not putting the bolts in, you're clipping it, you know that that dowel's going to keep you there every
That's
time.
right.
Because some of them are like that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, but they are. So
They weren't when they were knocked in originally.
no.
No.
You see, you don't know when the floors are not fucking level and people You know, if you're not,
It's just wear and tear, isn't it?
yeah, it's movement, isn't
It's
it?
heavy, it's hard, it's awkward.
They are heavy. That's the
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking if it's a major problem. It's not a major problem. We always make it work.
Yeah, we
What
can
we're
get
trying to do is make it easier.
easier.
Because we're getting older.
When we're getting shorts again.
If we were all John's age, it wouldn't be a problem.
Across the track, heating up and swelling and close the gaps up if that should.
Put that one, and then you can put that on. That's perfect then. Yeah.
You're coming off here then?
Yeah.
That's alright.
Right. So, John.
Yeah.
Just pull this out. Give me a second.
What are you doing, Dave?
Right, so if you imagine at the moment we've got the one connector that dangles underneath that connects the bus.
Yeah.
What we're talking now is we'll have a connector that's got 12 cables on it.
Yeah.
So we're looking at going from here to there.
Yeah.
So we can plug it in there and plug it in there and not have to climb under the baseboard.
Put this one back.
The connector's about,
Under the baseboard.
no, here, it's about, so we don't have to, so it's about that big.
The back seat's gone.
So you've got to work out if and how we can do that.
It's thin enough, Dave, to go under the backboard. You know your backboards? We've checked it. It goes under. We've had. Oh, I ain't got one with a bloody backboard on. Here.
Under here?
That's one.
Here, look, Dave. It goes under there. It fits under. It fits under there.
Oh, on the back seat?
Yeah, we've checked it. It fits under.
So you're going to do it on the back seats, are you?
A piece of the backboard out there,
Yeah.
and you put it in the board, and it fits.
So you need the
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with me?
Yeah.
So you take that bit out,
Yeah.
and you put it in there, and you just go, whoop.
That's only a router job, that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said it was a router job. I'm glad I knew what I was talking about.
Are we able to make it flush though?
Yeah.
Flush with what?
The socket?
Yeah, because you're taking this, what is that, 10 mil, 5 mil?
Yeah, I can. If you want it housing into the and you want it housing into baseboard, don't you?
Yeah.
That's no problem.
So that nothing gets knocked when it's moved.
Right, so it'd be flush with edge of baseboard.
Okay.
And I put a cutout in there, and you plug them.
I wish I had a socket to show you.
So, I know you
They've disappeared, but we'll get some for you to look at.
I'll make a jig for routing them all out.
Okay.
But they all got to go in the same place. I'm not missing about setting them all out.
It's speed.
It's got to be half the time.
Basically, it's speed where you can save it.
But not only that, once you clamp the front, you've got you know. You can't have a clamp on the back. Well, you can have a clamp on the back. But you have to put the back seat on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's it, isn't it?
Speed and taking the damn thing down.
As a layout,
It's
I'll
bloody
probably
hanging
say
around
10
waiting
minutes,
for my
just that
mum,
one
doesn't
button.
it?
All that's up, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
We're going to have a different. We're not having that. I'm not going through that shit on the queue and right through at the NEC.
No,
Where 20 people start to put legs and baseboards, beams work. It didn't work because they left half in without bolts in. And then the rubbish washes out, and before you know it, they're driving bolts through the end of legs.
Get that redone.
That looks alright now, doesn't it? It's pretty good, that. See, all this one's painting though.
Well, hang on, we're going to go put a bead on, don't rush on doing that yet. Let's see what happens with the clamp.
We've got all this time now.
So we just need a few extra. And in the clamp's 10.4, but if you put a bit extra in, it allows for any adjustment. You know, being a little bit more gap, plus it's easier to get your fingers in and operate it.
You just have a gap at the top, won't you?
Yeah, but once the curtain is over it, you barely notice it.
No, it don't matter anyway. That's easier than put underneath, because I mean now this is getting more difficult with having another 6 inches on.
Or do you pin the curtain on the bead?
Have you considered, Dave, those clamps will now be in the way of the proposed location for the electrical
Yeah, we've looked
connectors.
at all that. We might not do them on the front.
We might not do them on the back.
Do them on the back.
We'll not do them on the back.
No, but you can do them here as well, because you can just move the sockets a bit wider.
I can do if it depends on your lead.
Well, we're making the lead, so up to half a metre, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Cable, yeah.
Oh, that'll do then.
Yeah.
But what if anybody snags them?
Well, we'll have spares. I mean, we've got to walk through with samples and see
What works.
and how
Well,
it fits.
if this isn't going out, then we've got time.
We've got time.
We've got time to get it right this time.
Well, I'm saying we can look at ideas now without going down a fixed route.
See, the other thing I want to do.
If we've got the time, just try a couple of different ideas. See
Some
which
of these
works
now.
best. Yeah.
I'm going to cut these off and get them right. All the same. So they're all the same with.
Would that make much difference?
Yeah, it will. It makes it awkward in the van, doesn't it? I'll just redo them. Well, not a big job. That's only a 10-minute job.
Oh, that is, yeah. But that only works on the that because that one's going to have to stay that wide because the boards are in, isn't it?
Yeah.
got work to do on it.
Where?
Just some soldering work.
Okay. Well, I'll just show you
So I
something.
wasn't going anywhere anyway, I just got
Right.
to sort out.
You got me into this.
I didn't, they asked.
You got me into it.
And I said, I will ask Peter.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
So I did. Listen, we've got to give something back, haven't we?
Right, so listen.
Coming round.
We buffer stop there.
Obviously, yeah.
Okay.
You might need that.
Wire there, so we'll have to extend or put a one arm across. Could we put a one arm?
What, for to double track? Yeah, of course you can.
Well, that's what we're doing.
In fact, if you're clever, you put the leg there and you can have an extension for that. Both
Okay,
sides.
fine. Okay.
And you could do that.
Well, this is a diesel only platform. That's what I was thinking.
Well, you could have the electric option.
All right, fine.
And that would match them.
We'll do the L then.
Are you doing
that.
the point work with Chris on them
And
two
then,
boards?
So you just get the one set of
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah.
He's
And what I'll do is
And it's the lattice
that's how the
work.
tracks were lined
Right.
up on fiddle yard. Just checking.
50 mil.
Down there.
So you need to work out two, because we'll put one there, and one there.
Are you going right to the end with it?
Yeah, we have to, don't you? Or not quite there, but what you've got. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
you've got to put 3 masts in, really, haven't you?
Yeah, to make it look.
Yeah, to make it
decent,
look
yeah.
decent.
Well,
Yeah.
that's quite easy. Just go down the middle there.
So what's
The wire I can cut to length.
All right, done.
We just go one there, so it covers over the blocks
Yes.
to there.
One
in
there.
the middle, and one just
But-
the same again. An inch or so in.
Perfect.
And then, yeah, that's a doddle.
Okay, done.
Pete, tell us what this is.
This is my. This Peco challenge that they've wanted to do. So they give you the board, or you buy the board, and they give you a piece of track underneath, and you've got to come up with something that they can join all together and make a big long one.
Right.
So I said, well, yeah, Aaron said we'd do it, but we'd do it to show people how easy it is to build stuff like this.
Right.
So I'm already sort of doing tutorials on this. So the thing, I find this so easy to do. You can't make a 20-minute video of it because it's dead simple.
Okay.
So you just buy one of Phil's platforms. That literally took me 5 minutes to put together.
Right.
So there's no point in doing a tutorial of how to put Phil's kits together because they fall together.
So are the track positions already marked on the board?
One
then?
of them is, isn't it?
This one is.
Okay.
So that's set so they can all line up.
Right.
But I mean, there's nobody else going to do a 3-track system. But we just want to do it so it's a modern one. Right. So because everybody else will be doing goods sheds and all sorts of things, and we just wanted to do something different.
It's effectively a diorama. There's going to be
Yes.
loads of
Yeah, it's a
dioramas.
diorama.
Loads of dioramas that can be linked together on one track somewhere. And that's the plan.
And so what I've also done, which I've never seen modelled before, always trying to push the barriers. You cannot have a modern platform in Britain without tactile paving. And
Okay.
I've never seen anybody model tactile paving.
Yeah.
So I've had Railtech make me some water slide transfers of tactile paving. Now, the problem comes with tactile paving.
Sticking them on.
No, that's easy. They're all different colours. Because they wear.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when they put them down, they're this colour.
Well, when they're new, they're actually lighter.
That's
And
right.
When the
And
dirt
then-
gets on them,
And then they paint them yellow.
and then they go darker.
And then, of course, the yellow wears off, and they've got a combination of all sorts. So it's completely, random. So obviously, I've just painted this so I can tell people how that's done, but that's dead easy. And then all I've got to do this afternoon is I'll show people how to put the transfers on. But I've got to put a coat on this first.
Right.
But yeah, sorry, mate.
Well, that'll be there. So we chop that off
Yeah, well, I'll
like
get
that,
yeah,
and that's the effect we're having.
yeah. I'll get Phil to make that. The ones we use are the L's anyway.
So yeah, that's the idea. That'll be the idea, but he needs the extension on the other side.
Yeah, and I'll get him to do it.
Yeah.
Because we don't do. Now I've come to do it. The enormity of this bit,
Right.
given that we've only got 8 weeks, is a physical impossibility. It's just, it wouldn't be fair, particularly on, we only meet 2 days a week, Dave, as a group. such Thursdays and such Sundays. There's no way in 16 working days you can build this.
Right.
You can't. It's impossible. Because this, you've got to remember, this was part of the world record, which was round the corner. So it was only ever, we don't need all that siding, let's do something scenic.
Right.
To turn this into a model that we take to shows that have become our standard,
yes,
this is a long way off.
Right.
I mean, you've got that space there, you've got the space here, you've got that space there. There should be a station, obviously. This comes round here, this is on a viaduct, there's a gap here, there's a viaduct round there. It's, conservatively, Dave, this is 45 buildings.
Right.
There's no way you can build 45 buildings to design them and let's put them on here in that time.
Everyone's bespoke.
It's impossible.
Right.
So we say, right, let's go back and do. We've not taken the 72 feet to the cathedral before, so we'll do that.
We'll take 72 foot empty.
But let's concentrate on this and build it properly over the next few years, and we'll be happy.
Okay. So this will see light in 2025, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've got to sit down with Mike Wild at Key and work out what we're going to do. But this would be the perfect layout to take to Gets in 2025. It'll take, this is a lot, Dave. This one is like a massive leap. Even from what we did at Watford, which took us, if you think about how long it took us to build Watford, that you saw at the NEC this year,
right,
that's a year's work,
right,
in truth.
Yeah.
Not all in one go, but and that's all right. And it's the same as this. It will take time to build.
Right. Understood.
Because I want this, because I personally think this is a beautiful route. Could be a fantastic model railway, because it just comes off that curve, sweeps through and down to Wembley. It's going to look great,
right?
But I don't want to take it if it's not to the standard that we've now set ourselves with Watford.
Right.
That's what we've done. We've set ourselves a standard that people are expecting, and we've told them, we're going to run the shuttle. Well, 8 weeks, it ain't possible.
Right.
So rather than make excuses, it's like, admit you just can't do it and get on with it.
That do you?
Yeah, perfect.
I can't do that about you going past.
No, that's fine.
These sheets are different lengths. There's a slight difference in the lengths at plywood.
Perfect.
I haven't got
You put your. We just got to put the.
Foaming.
Foaming.
Yeah, where is it?
How much do you want?
7 foot width. You know where they are. 2 seconds. You know what I said? I've thrown the stencils away.
Yeah.
Found them.
Fantastic.
Right, there now, Pete.
Lots of head scratching today, Pete.
Dave, I'm not exaggerating, but it's cost me 2 nights sleep.
Right.
I don't want to let anybody down, the public or anybody, but Kate and Phil and I talked about it for a long time. We just came to the conclusion that do it right or don't do it. Don't go with excuses.
Yeah.
Because we've not taken 72 feet before, so we can do that and make that look special. But I'm passionate about this, but so is Phil. We've got to make this as good as all the rest. So you just have to bite the bullet and say, hey, we can't do it. We haven't got enough time, but we will do it bit by bit, that we'll get through to next year. I mean, I'm very excited about it, Dave, to be honest.
Right.
Because I think we are doing something, again, very different.
Right.
I mean, when you look at Bushy and what's entailed and Wembley, we've got to rival what we've done at Watford.
Yes.
We've made a run for our own back, really. And so when we go to Aberystwyth in October to trial and sort all the problems out to the 216 feet, we'll have solved a lot of the problems we have at shows with broken wires and stuff like that, because we're coming up with more robust methods of moving. But to get people to come and see the light in the future, it's got to look like Watford, because Watford's big, and Milton Keynes was always stunning, so we know that.
Yeah.
Now we've got Watford that's stunning, and now we're going to hopefully we've got to get Bushy and Wembley to look equally as stunning. So you can go from Rugby, which is basically a flyover junction, through four really good railway cities.
But you can stick it down here. Stick it down. I'll put a packing in back so it's.
Oh, well, fine if it.
Well, it's still not sticking down though, doesn't it?
Well, no, because I'll put the band.
Hey, what's going on there? So there's no more going on there now?
No, that's just finished.
So
John and I are going to do this. If you put the end balls on that one.
I made another two of them, haven't I?
Yeah, but we can't use them. That's what's because of that problem.
Dave, can you show us how these fit?
What?
This foam that goes in. Tell us what's going on here, Dave.
I'm just putting the foam in now to bring it from that level to this level.
Okay.
And then Pete's going to do what he's done. He's work his magic with all the scenery. We'll just cut these out of this. You know that flow foam that you buy, 4 foot by 2 foot sheets?
Yes.
Just put it through bandsaw and put the angle on. Right.
It just slots in.
And just
Put it in there, mate. So it's in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You put the end balls on.
These are fixed on with 4 screws.
And are these going all the way down the front, or do they stop here?
Oh, apparently now it stops here, but I've made another 2. I did.
So you made 2 more for.
I made enough to go to the end, but
Okay.
now Pete said it's going stopping here, so.
Okay. Doesn't this track here supposedly come this way?
No, this is Dave. This is the whole point.
This is coming off here like that.
The whole layout's got to go around there.
Yeah.
And we can't do it because it's on a great. See this here?
Yeah.
This is here for a purpose.
Yes. Right.
This railway's raised.
Okay.
So this is a viaduct.
Right.
So we've got to come round at this level all the way around there. There's got to be a gap between the 2 stations.
Right.
And it's a nightmare. No, this comes out. Well, it's not enough, but the buildings to build all the buildings, we ain't got time.
Why can't that go to here?
Because I've got to have a joint across there, not across there. I can't do that again. That joint, like that, is got to be as square as possible. So this has got to start coming round so that board, the joint's like that.
Yeah. But it can only start when it comes off the edge here, can't it?
I'm just going to use this for 5 minutes over here.
Hey?
You can only start from here.
No, what I'm saying is, yeah. Anyway, I know what I mean. What I mean is, whatever we do that either starts there.
Is this piece going to be permanently fastened?
Yes. No. Well, that we've got to make a decision.
Or are you going to get a square? How are you going to get a square offset on the track? How are you going to get a square joint like? You can't do it, can you?
Yeah, you can. Of course you can.
How are you going to do it? So I need to cut into there.
We can extend that piece because this is, if you remember, that's cut off anyway, so that becomes your joint there.
Okay, yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that you add on there, but that comes off there.
So this one's.
Yeah.
What's the piece?
Yeah. No, what I'm saying, but this is why I said we ain't got time to worry about it now. But it's easy to do if we've got the time to do it.
Well, that piece will always be sticking out. That
Yes.
will come off.
No, that's right. That's
How
right.
far do you want it going this way?
Well, because we've got to come 3 foot out anyway, Dave.
3 foot.
Yeah, we've got to come out 3 foot. So this isn't a problem.
So I'll put you. No, I want. On this side, do you want this track?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's got to come out here. So this has got to start round here.
Right. Okay.
But we can add. So if we had that piece there like that, this can fit in because the track is. It's only the track that I'm crucial about the joint. I'm not worried about the station being a joint, just a track, so that it's a square. Because I don't want what Andy tried to do at Watford, which is across the joint. It's impossible. I can't manage that.
No, it's too
complicated.
You found somewhere out the way?
What is it, Dave?
No, I should have had these sold permanently ages ago, but just never had the bloody time.
Oh, got it. Thanks, John.
Although someone's managed to rip that off and that's ruined.
Is there not one open, John?
I couldn't see one open, mate. There's 3 bags there, they're all
Yeah, I've got plenty of. I just wondered if there was one open.
I didn't see one.
No, okay, we've used them all up there. That don't matter. Gosh, you're not gonna. You've got just a bit jaundice. Just a bit of jaundice.
Using here, Dave, it's Sommerfelt's.
Okay.
That stuff.
Right. Can't lose that for me. Right, you ready, Johnny? Hello. Start cutting it, mate, please. You want somewhere to do it? To cut it, or are you going to cut it free? Cut it. Cut it over the board, and then we've got the extra plaster.
Yeah, alright. What's going on?
Yeah. No, a bit longer. That's it. Don't do them all uniform. Do them all different levels.
Yeah.
So we can do that. Yeah, a lot, but I don't know his family, see.
Alright.
Good friends for 50 years. Kids, but our family I didn't know him.
Can you see that?
I don't even know if I was dead and he was there on his side. Up there.
Like with St. Black or
Look at that
Calcutta.
side of me.
Right, what's going on? Is it that board?
Yeah. Where are you going to put it?
Do you want to come round here?
Do you lift it or do you want me to lift it?
Well, either, I don't mind.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright, Peter.
Yeah. Get the front in line with the leg. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you on the end?
Give me a couple of yours up there, please. I do this differently, Dave.
Right.
I don't do this by dipping it in water. I put it on and then put the water on afterwards
Okay.
and spread it until the plaster completely hides the bandage. I find it a far better method than dipping it. I find it, if you dip it, you can't control it as good as this.
It's too wet, is it?
I just find you can't control it. This I can control dead easy, and as long as the mesh is filled in with plaster like this, when you can't see the mesh, you know the plaster has, you know, fill the holes, if you get what I mean.
Right.
I can pull it taut and I can add to it.
Well, it's not this end. It's not square, that's the one. Cut it out and come off.
No, I'm sure I don't need it.
What?
That's it. I'll put sockets in. Get rid of these sleeves now. I'll put sockets in.
It's like everything else this one, Dave. I mean, everybody has their own way of doing it.
Right, you want the end boards on?
Yes, please. But when you've got as much to do as we have to do, you've got to come up with a method
Gets the job done.
Gets the job done, so you can move on.
There's no lettering on these, is there?
No, they've not been on before, have they? No.
And as I say, as long as you've filled in the bandage, and that is, of course, if you don't, you know you haven't got enough bandage on.
Hey?
So you need enough bandage to get the plaster.
The jig.
What jig?
Well, they're not gold, are they?
What's the number on that then?
98.
Right, give me a few of them, Johnny.
So long the moment.
What I want you to do, on that board, give me one crank, one down. Give me the other. Right. Good.
Half a dozen pieces of that. Jobs are good.
It's all going
to be done before Christmas.
We'll open a new one, see how we get on first.
What's this for, Dave?
Putting them boards on.
All right. Have I mastered the art of the daft question?
No, you've raised it to a new height, Dave.
I said you'd mastered that yesterday, but
Cute.
Alright, put a nut on there.
what a friend's for.
Press the nuts.
I haven't got any friends.
In that pot,
Just been blue, no, yeah.
Yeah.
pot on the
In the pot on the thing, that tells me everything.
straight ahead. Yeah. Pot on the bench there. Just look straight ahead.
But yeah, and people do fry them instantly with the speakers. Because they plug the chip into the tray and then they put the speaker on.
Probably a bit more than that.
What's the difference though?
Yeah, there it is. Just keep listening in, I'm thinking, Christ, we're still using plaster paper.
Which still weighs a ton.
Yeah.
Resin would be better.
No, you can't do it.
We'll get some more stuff.
There's no way round this.
No, there's a resin version of that they use in the medical. And it just does the same, but it's resin.
Yeah, but
It sets
Does it not
hard.
hot? Does it not get hot?
It sets hard and goes lighter. It's lighter
I
now.
think it gets bloody hot.
expensive.
Possibly, that might be the...
This is buttons, is it?
I did the
Christ, this is
assault course for the parachute regiment with my arm in a resin cat with an air connect 40 years ago this year.
Okay, though.
There was a parachute regiment guy.
Well, you were going to say...
Backpack, so if that comes off...
I was at Arnhem.
Oh,
No, I'm not as old as you, Grandad.
I'm going to get some more of these sockets. I'm going to get another one with.
Didn't you see
the
Rommel?
spying cop really was.
20 years ago, I'm still doing it.
He broke, don't fix it, which is ironic what you use plaster for, isn't it?
Listen, remember when you used to use paper mache to do
Yeah.
this? Remember that?
Chicken wire.
Chicken wire, paper mache over the top.
Simplest and cheapest.
But this is, to me, it's not, you know, it's not heavy. And you can cover it and get a lovely, you know, plaster Paris finish.
That's our last piece.
John, you would have made a great theatre nurse.
I'll tell his mates on that shit.
Nurse bandage.
They'll have a uniform for him next.
Wipe the brow.
They'd be so good, yeah.
Forceps.
Closest I've got.
Look at that, mate. It's a lot of work. I know that, you know, these are the jobs that you think are a 5-minute job, and they ain't. Because technically, you know, you're only putting water on something that's already impregnated with plaster. But
Can you quote me on that, please?
yeah, you can, because it drives me mad every time, Dave, because it's a lot more work than you think it's going to be. To get that plaster in all the bandage so it goes solid, you take more bandage than you think you do, but also...
I'm going to blame you or Robin for saying put a socket in. Get that.
See what I mean? Like, you've got to cover that to get it in the bandage for it to be solid. always takes more bandage than you think it's going to do. And of course, it's now wet, so you're pulling it.
Easy behind side.
Yeah. That's it now. Job done. No washer. Bolt don't come through.
Look at that. Perfect. That. You can leave that to go off now, John.
Lovely job.
One little piece there, we'll cover it in.
Right,
perfect. Don't put that in the what's the name, John?
Exciting. Get that on video.
You have to, Dave.
So you're using rotary motion to drill a hole, is that right?
We're now getting rid of a washer and a nut.
Yeah, kill that.
So that's another 4 operations per board got rid of.
Wait.
Right. I'll stick these in. Yeah.
Oh, you're putting in captive nuts.
Sockets.
Right. That's got an internal thread.
Yeah.
Next, we'll put the.
God.
No, we're not riveting.
Okay.
The bolts.
Okay.
Joiner across, and then add the rest of the track.
Right, okay.
Get that, Dave.
I am. I'm zoomed right in. We need to see the action.
Job done.
We are. Rigid.
Everyone happy?
No, you've got to do the other end now.
You all right down there?
I'm all right down here.
In the stalls?
Yeah.
He can take over now. He's got his little sockets now.
Now you've shown him how to do it, Dave. Is that right?
We're going to do the other end now. So that's washers redundant. Nuts redundant. That'll be redundant.
It's a case of spending £1 to save a penny.
No.
Well, that saves a lot of
Saving
time.
a penny to
Saves a lot of time.
saving a penny to save a minute.